This is my first session of this winter 2025. It's November 22nd. The days are getting shorter now. It's usually becomes quite dark around 4 p.m. and the days are usually gray. So this session was pretty short, probably just half an hour out there. It was my first time out this winter and I was a bit nervous, even though I did go sailing last winter as well, but it's the psychology of it. It's just, you feel like water feels like lava in wintertime. It feels like if you touch it, you die. It's exaggeration, but in the back of my mind, it's like that. Of course, if you dress properly. Last year, I went out in my new dry suit, and a friend and I even tested the dry suit by just swimming in it for like half an hour to see if we would survive. And it was fine. It actually boosted our confidence a lot. Yeah, and then last winter around early March, we had a capsize and had to abandon the boat and swam to shore. It was such an ordeal, but I resumed sailing after that. Still in the winter time, I was more cautious, and it was fine. So this winter, I decided to, at the start of this winter, I decided to do it again. It's still such a hurdle to get over the fear. This is just early winter, so air temperature is around 5 Celsius, I would say, and water temperature is around 4 or 5 degrees. I'm not in my dry suit in this video, in this first session. I was actually in my wetsuit. I had 3 layers on: the base thermal layer, and then my wetsuit over that, and then the outer layer is just the water repellent pants and just the windbreaker top. The pants and the top are quite thin. It's just they kept the water out and kept the wind out. But I felt warm enough. I was standing there in the water. I didn't feel cold or anything. I was quite comfortable. The only thing I would say was not sufficient was the gloves that I was wearing. Those are summer gloves with some with the cut off thumb index, and even with the full finger, the part with the full fingers, it's still not enough, too thin. But it was easier for finer movements, finer maneuvers with this this pair of gloves. But I think the next time I would definitely wear the winter gloves. The water level has gone down a lot at this time of the year. You can see the bottom of the lake right there. It has gone down a lot. And on a calm day like this, it's just wonderful to see, to look down and see the bottom of the lake. And in general, I was so afraid to go out, to do this first session of this winter, that I procrastinated to go to the club. And then when I eventually got to the club, I just hung around chatting with people for a while, and then it took me another while to rig up the boat, and then another while to put on my wetsuit and all that, and finally I went out. But it's wonderful to be out. It's like a privilege to just be out at this time of the year. The lake is so empty, no boats, nothing, no obnoxious, what you call those loud, obnoxious jet skis. And it's just the whole thing, just for me. And the wind is not high. The wind was not high, and the session, it was around, at the start it was like 7-8 knots, and it died down a little at the end. But such a pleasant time, and I feel very thankful to be able to do it. Yeah, and in low wind, the sail just doesn't pop by itself, and I have to help it, and force it to pop. So the wind is quite low, and there's very little chance that I would get capsized, but I was being quite cautious here. Just feel like that the lava thing is still in the back of my mind. So yeah, but it's true that one should be extra cautious in the wintertime, because if you fall in the water and for some reason you just cannot get back on, it could get into a dire situation very quickly. So my plan is that the next time I get to the club, I would try and swim, to test swimming in this in the wetsuit, like in what I'm wearing right now, and see how long I will survive in that. And when we go further into the winter, when it gets colder, I will switch to the dry suit. The dry suit is a bit it's hard to maneuver in it. It's just it feels a lot more restrictive than the wetsuit. So that's the reason why I choose the wetsuit here. So this session also for me to get familiarized with my boat again after a month being away and not doing any sailing. It's a bit funny to say that, but because why do you have to get familiarized with your own boat after only a month? But it feels like that. the boat is powerful, and it requires total focus when I'm on the water, especially in strong wind. And so, oh yeah, here I'm attempting a attack facing backward. It wasn't a good attempt. It was a bit clumsy. But yeah, which is here I'm just doing a lot of text here to try and get it as smooth and quick as I can, not losing too much speed. So the main idea is when I turn upwind, making it smooth, and there, yeah, it looks like a good one. I didn't lose much speed. Yeah, I find that the most important thing when doing jibes or tacks, especially in strong wind, is to be gentle with the tiller. Like if you could use your weight to turn the boat or sheeting, to turn the boat, you should do it and be very gentle on the tiller, because the tiller, when you turn it too sharply, it acts as a brake, and it stopped the boat. And not only that, but it disrupt the boat's balance. And so yeah, it's just no good at all. You will see that that effect that bad effect even more pronounced in stronger wind. So my sail here looks full because it's low wind. I have my Cunningham completely off and my alcohol loose, and just a little bit of vang to snug down the boom so that it doesn't go up and down. I'm turning upwind smoothly here, and then push it, switch over, hold this till extension behind my back until I can switch hands. Frank Bethway, in his book Higher Performance Sailing, he recommends to pinch the tiller extension under your thigh so that you can switch hand with both hands and in control. I think that's a good advice. I didn't do it here, but I will definitely try next time. So I just released the vang there because the wind has died down, and with no vang on, the sail is more loose, and it just give it some more speed on the downwind. I'm doing a jibe here. It's quite slow. It's super slow, and the sail, it doesn't even pop over fully. It's so quiet out there. It's one of the things that I love about sailing. It can be such an adrenaline rush on a day with high wind and high waves. But on a quiet day like this, calm, quiet, it's still very pleasant for me. Just to be on the water, moving along, let the wind push you. It's just nice. So I'm practicing jibing here. It's quite easy to do it in low wind, but I find that in order to do jibes confidently in strong wind, you need to learn how to do it with precision in lower wind. And what I mean by that is that you need to be aware of where you are in relation to the true wind angle, both true wind and apparent winds. And so I'm watching, like when I turn down, I'm turning down wind here, and I'm watching the wind vane like a hawk to know where I am at. So as soon as the wind vane line up with the boat, that's when I know I'm directly downwind. And then past that point, I'm getting into the by the lee territory with this boat, and that's when I start to pull my sail over. And if you do it correctly, you don't need to like jump to the other side. If you watch my videos of me jibing in strong wind, you see that I didn't have to jump over to the other side of the boat and trying to stop it to heel over. I just sort of move over and then adjust my controls. I have to bring my traveler to the middle and all that. Simply because I know where I am at in relation to the true wind. If I'm almost directly downwind or close to that point, then I know that the boat won't heel too hard, and I'm safe just to go like that. So I keep my tiller straight and adjust whatever I need to. And then when I want to gain some speed, then I just head up a bit, like to broad reach or beam reach. So if you don't have a wind vane, you can what you can do is watching your telltales. When you do a jibe, you start to head downwind, and you will see that the telltales start to droop. That's when you're almost directly downwind. And then passing that point, you will see that the telltales flying backwards. And as soon as you see that happen, you should start pulling yourself hard to initiate the jibe. Because if you wait for it to happen on its own, you have to deal with a lot of apparent wind, and the boat heel over, and you can capsize in strong wind. So I'm inside the breakwaters now, heading back to the docks. Oh, there's a kayaker, look at that. I'm not alone on the lake anymore. The side panels of the docks have been taken away, so it's going to be a little difficult to dock than normal. You can see, yeah. I'm squeezing in another jibe here, and you can see the bottom of the lake here. The water is going down so much. It's just lovely to be out there on the water. I mean, I can just jump in the water and swim right there. Even though it's lava. Yeah, definitely next time when I'm at the club, I'm gonna try and do a swim. But you see, there's no side panel on the dock. I often make this mistake. I misjudge the distance and then stop the boat too soon before it reached the dock, and now I had to tack over to get it going again. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Yeah. And then what? Tacking over again? I gotta get this. I gotta practice to get better at this. It's embarrassing. Okay. Finally. There you go. And there you go. That's my first winter session.